Hello, I'm lesbian fiction author Kiki Archer, and as part of my lesbian living series I thought we could discuss girl on girl flirtation, because it's that time of year where everybody has started to get a little bit flirty, myself included, but I'm at that age where I feel I've lost a little bit of confidence in my ability to flirt. So what do? Well, I went to WikiHow. Now, WikiHow is the #1 site on the internet where you can find out how to do absolutely anything and everything. And lucky for me, there is a section on how to flirt girl on girl. So in 7 easy steps, WikiHow is going to guide me through this process. And what I love is it always uses really on-point illustrations to help. So we will start with step 1. Step 1, it says you have to find out if the woman you like is a lesbian. And it shouts very loudly at the start, if not, back off. Because you know, as lesbians, we must stick to our own kind. But it still leaves me with the question, well, how do I know if this woman I like is a lesbian? They're quite sneaky. They suggest you get your friend to go and talk to her. And they say your friend has to tell her that a woman likes her. And it says, if she's not weirded out by this, then there's a good chance she's open to girls. Now, in my mind, it just means there's a good chance she's not a homophobe. However, this is WikiHow, the #1 site. We need to believe it. We need to move on. So we move on to point 2, and you may be forgiven for thinking point 2 is go and meet the woman's grandma. It's not. Point 2 is get to know her, and it says you talk to her in class. You say hello in the halls. I'm not sure the halls of where, the nursing home, because this woman here is certainly not a student. However, I agree, I can do this, I can get to know her. Because we then, on point 3, I like point 3, it's all about complimenting, and complimenting is so important. And they have chosen to illustrate it with a woman saying, well, what the I went to compliment you about? It says you have to compliment her. She's struggling. It says you have to compliment her hair, her eyes, her clothes. There must be something you can find to compliment her on. I can do that. I can do a compliment. So we step it up now. We step it up for point 4. Now, point 4 is all about the physical. And I'm going to read this word for word, okay? It says the best way to flirt with a girl is physical. It says I have to hug her every day, especially when saying goodbye. When I see her, I have to come up behind her and put my hands on her shoulder, then say hello. So she's walking somewhere, I have to come up behind her, hands on her, say hello, and then I have to play with her hair, okay? So as I'm crept up on her, and I've got my hands on her, and we're hugging, I start playing with her hair. I'm just picturing this now, how it's going to work. I start playing with her hair, and then I have to compliment her hair as I do this. I also have to sit very close to her so that our arms are touching. I have to try and touch her hands. And if she's wearing nail polish, I have to say, oh, I love that colour. And I hold her hand, I then take hold of her hand. And it says, when walking together, put your arm around her shoulder, and hopefully she will put her arm around you. She's not going to put her arm around me if I'm doing all this impromptu hugging and twirling of hair. But I'll move on to point 5. I like point 5. It's to be very genuine with her. And the way you do that, I'll read it word for word. It says, ask her how she's doing about her day. If she says she's not doing very well, or if her day sucks, then you say, oh, I'm sorry. And you give her a hug. You give her another one of your hugs. Asking her questions more personal, like, how are you? Rather than what's up, will make her feel that you care. That's where I've been going wrong all these years. I've been saying, what's up? But instead I must say, how are you? Plant a hug on her. Do the hair thing, the nail thing. I'm just remembering all of these. So yeah, be genuine. So genuine, I must say, oh, I'm sorry, when she's having a bad day. And that will make her feel like I care about her, okay? Point 6, step 6, only on step 6 do we then tell her that we are a lesbian, because she doesn't know, she's got no clue at this point with all the hugging. Oh, I'm sorry, she's got no clue. So we have to tell her. And again, it says, if you don't know how to go about this, then you have that friend from step 1. She comes back into the mix and she can tell her. So she can tell her, oh, you know that woman over there, the one that's been hugging you and playing with your hair, she's a lesbian. So you must get that in at point 6, okay? And then we progress quite quickly, because we then go on to point 7. You invite her for a sleepover, okay? Sleepovers are great for snuggle time. Invite her over to watch scary movies. And then I have to act scared so that I can clutch onto her, this poor woman, so that I have to clutch onto her. So I put on a scary movie, I'm scared, clutch on. Or alternatively, it says you can just watch some TV, but you must inch closer to her and say, it's a little cold in here, because then I have to go and get a blanket to share. If you're up for it, you could play a little flirtatious game of truth or dare. We all love truth or dare. Now, when you go to sleep, inch over closer to her. When she's asleep, begin to cuddle with her. Now, I'm sure there are laws against this, but this is the #1 website on the internet. So when she's asleep, I start cuddling with her, okay? She may wake up, let's hope she does. She may wake up, and if she does, then she'll either scoot away from you, or she'll embrace the cuddle. And the good thing it says about this is that she can't call you out for it because you were asleep. That's what it says here. So point 7 I've got down. That's it, that's my guide. Luckily it has 2 top tips. The 2 top tips, which I like. #1, when you see your crush, when you see this woman and she looks at you, you have to put on a close-mouthed smile, like you're holding back a full smile. So I see my crush, and it's a closed-mouthed smile. Okay, so that's the top tip. Top tip, okay, because that's not weird at all. Tip 2, when you touch her, which you do a lot, when you touch her, look her in the eyes and don't pull back until she does. Now, what if she's good at eye contact? You have to keep that eye contact, and if she doesn't break that eye contact, you continue to touch her in other places. It suggests, you're looking at this woman, it suggests you touch her arm, her hand, her leg, all this without breaking that eye contact. So they're really helpful. I would feel really set for Christmas. It does finish with one warning, a very serious warning. It says, do not flirt with a girl that you know is straight. You won't get anywhere. And I think, fellow lesbians, this is the point where we realise this article wasn't written by one of us, was it? So I am Kiki Archer. Please send me your flirting tips, because I'm just going to be stuck there with my half smile, or I might be in jail, one or the other. Okay, have a wonderful Christmas. Bye.